meet Dutch Salesforce MVPs. So there will be a panel with Justina, and I hope Sergey, Andre, and Gaspar are still ready and present. Are you there, guys?
Yeah, we're still here.
Great. I didn't doubt. So Justina has some questions, and just like before, you can type in your questions in the chat or later on ask them yourself. Go ahead, Justina.
Yeah, Justina, we'll talk again. Oh my gosh. So we have the question. So really, really happy to have three of you guys here with us. So since this year, we have three MVPs, so most valuable professionals chosen by Salesforce. We have Sergey, we have Andre, and we have Gaspar. So I will start, I think, asking a few questions. If you have more, please let me know, guys. I can allow you to speak too. So first, Andre and Gaspar, are you guys the new ones, the newbies? How do you feel being an MVP? What does it mean to you? And I will start with our own Andre.
Well, it was a bit of an unreal experience. Yeah, first of all, getting the nomination, but then actually getting this this title. So yeah, you know, it means actually getting recognition for a few years of work, but yeah, it's not something I expected. So nice surprise.
Woohoo. Okay, and Gaspar?
Hi.
How do you feel?
Also surprised. Also, just feeling really honored. I think it's really cool to join such an amazing group of MVPs all over the world. And now Sergey's not alone. We can hang out with him. You know, he has somebody to talk with now. So we're also happy to join Sergey.
Because Sergey was lonely for a long, long time. It's like forever, Mr.
Yeah.
What was it? 4 years already MVP. So how does it feel for you? Anything change? Or now it's like another year?
Yeah, so first of all, you don't need to be MVP to hang out with me, frankly speaking. And it was not surprise for me, especially for Andre and Gaspar, because these guys, did an amazing job. And I nominated both before, and I'm extremely happy to see them joining this Salesforce small club. And I'm extremely happy for Andre and Gaspar. And of course, it's always a pleasant surprise to get email from Salesforce recognizing your community work. So yeah, I'm honored to be renewed and contribute and help people.
Thank you. Gaspar, did the nomination and having this title, did it influence your daily routine? Do you have any big changes? What is happening?
Yes, well, I sleep a lot more comfortably now that we have MVP Jays, so it's really nice. Good night's rest. Also, I think the biggest thing is that people have reached out to me, Salesforce partners, Salesforce ISV partners, asking me to like try different products, asking me about being an MVP, etc. So I think just making a bit more time for that has been a change. But aside from that, not huge changes, I think. Just kind of being able to do the title justice by being open and being able to chat with people who I've never met with before, and just being a resource, I guess.
Okay, Andre, any big changes with the title?
Well, not really any big changes. It's more small changes here and there, especially just more channels for communication with people, but also people actually know how to find us. And that could be anything from, help setting up advise someone, how to set up a company, to fixing a difficult formula field somewhere, and everything in between. That's the main change.
Okay, and sorry, I will not even ask you because everyone knows you. You are everywhere, and that's why we so love you, and that's why again you MVP. because you're always there. So we're going for their for advice every single time. I'm sure that half of our audience is invited here by you and connected to you somehow. And I love the comment on chat that now you can get the matching tattoos, guys, to make sure that you're visible. So some people think that the MVP is the highest title. That's the thing to gain, to achieve from Salesforce. What is your view on that, Sergey? I will start with you. You are MVP for a few years. What are your plans for later?
Yeah, to make sure and bring some clarity, MVP is recognition for your community contribution. It can be also that every single Salesforce product feature, etc. But it's really focused on helping other people, evangelizing Salesforce ecosystem as entry point for many joiners. And it's recognition based on the nomination of your local community members plus people who already MVP. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting program. I'm very happy that we have Gaspar and Andre joining it. What will be next? Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, today my employer was acquired by IBM. So yeah, my view on this, being part of the community always brings positive things to your professional life. Sometimes unexpected, sometimes expected. Yeah, it's a great thing. And my advice, if people you didn't experience this community culture, yeah, hopefully we will start meeting soon again face to face, and this type of meeting is one of the ways to start and connect to community.
Thank you. Andre, what's your point of that? The highest level, now you're the king of the world, or what's your plans?
Well, I don't really see it as sort of a highest level of something. It's just a really nice recognition. But also for me, it's actually inspiration to actually keep going and actually do more in the community. Like for instance, one of the things we heard today or yesterday that some of the COVID restrictions are lifted in the Netherlands. So then straight away you start thinking about organizing some events like You're Dreaming Again, maybe next year. And yeah, this nomination really helps to sort of keep that fire lit to just keep doing stuff like that.
Thank you. And Gaspar, because you got it all, you also got a golden hoodie this year from Salesforce. So it's like, woohoo, double winner. How do you feel about that? What's your next step?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think Salesforce has given us as Refugee Force a really nice platform with this, right? So of course, I get MVP, but it's for Refugee Force and it's for the work that we're all doing. So I think for me, that's the focus, is like doing that more. And as you probably saw on my LinkedIn, I left my job as a senior consultant recently, and now I'm full-time on Refugee Force. And with this momentum, with the MVP, with the golden hoodie, it's just like a perfect time to be able to do that. So just really grateful for that, and really grateful for that momentum building and being able to launch Refugee Force and take it to the next level. Cool.
Thank you. I love that Lily agree with me about Sergey, that he's everyone and everyone loves him. I have lovely questions that I want to ask and add to my panel from Sarah. Can you say how and when did you get started in the Salesforce ecosystem? And this time we'll start with Gaspar.
So I started as an admin. I moved to Washington, D.C. for my first job, and I was working in business development, writing grants. But then I found out that Salesforce existed, and I became an admin. quickly it became like half of my time spending on Salesforce. And then, yeah, after that, I went into consulting like about a year later. So I started as the true accidental admin, I guess.
Okay. Sergey?
I started.
How many?
I started approximately 6 years ago, and the reason was losing my job. So I found, and at that time there were no Trailhead, so I was just learning by reading Salesforce help, and then I did admin exam. I found online a US-based nonprofit, and then I sent my CV and I volunteered my time 3-4 months working in the evening and trying to help them. Yeah, it was exciting because to get a first job online and somebody trusts you, it was a big thing for me. And then I found a Dutch-based nonprofit, not big pay, but really enjoyable environment. And I was moving the Excel sheets into Salesforce and helping people start using sophisticated CRM to manage the operations. So my really start was a non-profit world. I really enjoyed, and I also suggest other people to look on this area of Salesforce where there are a lot of demand and people always looking for help.
Cool, thank
Can
you.
I
Andre,
ask, please, a question?
1 second. Let's just finish this round of questions. I see your questions and I will ask it right after. Promise. I would just want to hear how Andre started in Salesforce.
I'll keep it short because it's a long story. So yeah, about 8 years ago, pretty much accidental consultant. So through a friend, who had a company. It was a startup in one of the Salesforce consulting companies. And yeah, I started there without actually knowing what I got myself into. And then about 4 years later, that's when I actually became active in the community. So joined the Amsterdam user group, and just kind of snowballed from there.
Cool. So we have a question. Can you explain? Because I think that there is, and whoever one of you wants to explain, what do you need to? How do you get to be an MVP? How does it happen? What did you do? We have this question that is interesting for people. What you need to do to be an MVP? How do you get there? Anyone?
Do you need fairy dust?
Did you say you need the fairy dust?
Yeah, I can comment. So it's about contribution to community, and it can be in different way, in different flavor. So I was, I was organizing a non-profit user group, and then I started this Salesforce Saturday concept in Amsterdam, and then I was part of a crew of Amsterdam user group. So this was my way of doing that. Other people, they can contribute by answering on Success Community thousands and thousands questions of people. Some people produce video blogs, write content. So you can find your own way how to do it. So I want to mention and highlight Gaspar, who found the way combine his passion and help a specific audience with entering Salesforce ecosystem. There is no rules, basically. You can find and something new or something that was done before, and just to be consistent and helpful for other people.
So anyone could ask to be nominated?
So your community members, and this is why we're doing this session, to explain that nomination coming actually from you guys. So if somebody helped you, there is a time frame when Salesforce announced this process, and then you go online, you fill in the form, and you say why you think a specific person should be nominated. And then there are multi-stage. So it's next stage is existing MVPs giving feedback, plus all other different stakeholders like Salesforce employees, etc. Yeah. So and then in the end, the Salesforce announce who is elected MVP. And these people are usually known in their local communities, and people understand why and who. It's not an aim to be MVP. The concept is here to be helpful for other people and found your way how to do it. Because if you just say I want to become MVP, it's not a point. The point is really to help yeah, feel this concept of a community. Yeah, be open, be approachable. So yeah, if any of you want to have virtual coffee, you can find me easily.
Thank you so much. So this one also, your answer was almost for my questions. Message for what is the message for future MVP aspirants? So Andre, now your turn.
I really have nothing to add to everything Sergey just said.
Matching tattoos then.
Yeah, no, I don't really want to repeat it all, but it's a need to start somewhere small where you feel comfortable in a community, and just be consistent. And it could be the tiniest things that you help someone with, even if it's just a 5-minute chat at one of the meetups, or just any other channel. That those little things can really help someone else without you realizing that. And then yes, kind of go from there.
Can I interrupt? I just want to highlight that Andre was one of the co-organizers, the largest community conference in our region. So he spent hours and hours, days, weeks on bringing, I know, 500 people and providing educational content, of course with all of us help, but he was one of the person behind this idea who pulled all of us together and made it happen. So this is just an example of what Andre was busy with in last years. Yeah. So, and thank you, Andre, for doing that, because without you, it probably would not happen.
And we're waiting for the dreaming next year, hopefully, fingers crossed. And Gaspar, sorry, your.
Yeah, I think a lot of the good things have been said. Like, you just need to find something that I think you're passionate about and that you're good at and you enjoy, that, and hopefully it's making a difference for people around you. It's local, right? It's all local, and there's lots of things that you can help with locally. It doesn't have to be a huge effort. It doesn't have to be, it can be in the weekends, it can be in the evenings, it can be, very simple things, but as long as you stick to it and find something that you think is helping people, I think that's always going to be recognized in the community, because I think Salesforce it's just a tool, it's just a platform, like it's just tech, whatever. I think it's about people, and it's about the people around you, and it's about helping them when they need help and tackling issues that are important in your community. So Salesforce is just a way to do that. But yeah, it's about people, I think, at the end of the day.
Woohoo. That was really well said. Thank you to all three of you guys to answering my and other people questions from the chatter.